Bombing? Bombing? Bombing. Bombing. Failure is a normal part of progress. But it hurts! It hurts so bad! You know what hurts? My cat, Cheech. Monday morning. Took off out the door, hasn't been back. It's Thursday. Where are you, Cheech? That's what hurts! That's what's sad and hurts! The greatest success stands on the shoulder of failures. Bombing is a normal, albeit painful, part of comedy, part of public speaking, and quite frankly, part of life. We learn a lot more from failure than we do from success. A couple years ago, I was asked to speak at Ashbury College to a group. Got there a little bit late or right on time. Run into the classroom, 40 people, head into my speech, blah, 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 live your dreams, blah, 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 never give up. Not getting the exact reaction that I'm used to. Continue on, start giving more, giving everything I got. Start getting some smiles, I'm in their faces, yeah, blah, 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 blah. 45 minutes, an hour later, wrap it up, they kind of look around, couple little claps, never connected with that audience. Teacher comes up to me afterwards and goes, "Great job! No one's ever connected with the ESL, English as a Second Language crew, so well before." Bombing's not easy. During my show, Mark Hatfield's Friday night at Yuck Yucks on Elgin Street, I asked some of the other comedians about their experiences with bombing.
Up until very recently, I was still watching television shows at a regularly scheduled time.
I love this business. There's few things more exciting than ripping a room apart. Those feelings of being alive and being in the moment are better than sex.
Actually, I'm related to a doctor. My sister is a doctor. So, anybody else have a sibling here?
True story about bombing. I once had to perform at an outdoor fair. It was an outdoor show that didn't start or end at any particular time. People could just wander in and out while the show was going on, ranging from ages of just born to almost dead.
Ottawa too, it's a good city. You gotta leave it to love it though. You gotta get out of here, take a vacation once in a while and come back. And I was heading back here from Toronto. Now.
We're talking bombing here. All right, we'll talk some bombing.
But then I walked by a mirror and I realized I looked like a guy who worked in the control room in Apollo 13.
Okay, worst bomb. No, get out. You can't watch this. This is for them. No, you can stay. You should go. Anyway, I don't know. They're gonna look at you the whole time and not me.
And it sucked. And the worst part is that they put us next to that drop zone ride. So periodically through the show, where you would hear no laughter, you would sometimes hear 16 people being dropped from 60 feet and go like, "Ah!"
But more thrilling perhaps is not doing well, bombing.
So I was doing a show with another comic for what was called the I believe it was an organization for mentally challenged people. We didn't really know this at the time.
Okay. My worst bomb was when I did a show in Northern Ontario once, and it was one of my first road shows after I became a professional comedian.
There's a moment when you feel every fiber of your being as you've just the bed, and you can struggle at times, but a real bomb is it can be a little mind altering.
Hey, I just did a set and it didn't go well.
I was trying to think of a story about me bombing, and I was like, I don't know if I've ever done that before. And then I went and did that, and now I know what it feels like. It feels horrible.
I was in Belleville one time for a group of realtors at Christmas time. It was my first 45-minute solo. I wore a suit. I was nice. I did my best. They hated me. I could not even get them to look at me. 45 minutes of silence. I did my time. I wanted to get paid. Then I wrapped the whole thing up with a joke, which they did not like.
And I had to do 20 minutes, and I did not get a single laugh for the entire 20 minutes.
So we went up, I was emceeing, and I go up, and everybody's, clearly mentally challenged and physically challenged. It sounds like it's a great group of people, very happy group of people. So I go up and I start doing jokes, kind of get a few laughs. Then one of the guys just goes, "Sir, can I tell a joke?"
I did enjoy, separate of the bombing, my favorite part of the whole experience, though, was the phone call you get from the boss the next day. I heard you said to the Christmas party. What the is wrong with you? I thought that was kind of funny.
And of course, I give this gentleman the microphone, I go over to his wheelchair, give him his mic, and he tells probably the worst joke on the planet. And then the room erupts with laughter. So then, he gives it back to me and I get it again. "Sir, can I tell another joke?"
Nothing. And each table was ordering buckets of beer, and they were drinking the bucket. They weren't just ordering, they were drinking them. And they were getting drunker and drunker, and they were making themselves laugh. Each table had their own comedian, which was making the tables laugh way harder at me than I could make them laugh at me.
I'm looking at my time. I'm like, wow, these guys are eating up my time. Less for me to do. The mic just keeps going around. I told one joke off the top. Suddenly, my time's done.
And I kept going because I had I foolishly was told at one point that if you don't do your time, you don't get paid. So I didn't realize that not getting paid was the least of my worries in that moment. I could have just walked off after 3 minutes and not get paid, and it would have been fine.
The first joke I told did not go well. Then the next comic, he goes up, same thing. "Sir, can I tell a joke? Can I tell a joke?" He didn't even do a joke.
But instead, I stayed up there for 20 minutes, and it was so bad that when I walked off stage, somebody close to the front goes, "Come on, guys," like told everyone they should clap, probably because they thought I was gonna go home and take my life. And I did, and I'm a ghost now, so that's it. Bye, everyone.
And then we finished the gig. We went to the organizer and said, "Hey, we were afraid she wasn't going to pay us because we didn't do any jokes, and the ones we did not do well." And she goes, "No, you guys were great. These guys had a great time. Thank you so much." And she paid us.
But it doesn't change that stain on your soul. That gets a little hard to rub.
So there it is. I did one joke, I bombed, I got a big check, and everybody had a great time. Mwah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm gonna need all of this.
Sometimes everybody hurts.